Did you know that Ron Barron predicts a five-fold increase in Tesla stock price soon? Barron is among the many investors who have high hopes for the stocks of the top EV firm. They continue to be steadfast in their conviction in the company's potential in spite of many problems. To learn more about this, stay watching and tuning in. Considering the state of the economy, Tesla has been doing fairly well. The business is always doing well, even though it might not be where most analysts anticipate it to be at this point. Nevertheless, a lot of analysts and investors think that Tesla and its stock will do better than anticipated in the near future. Discover today why Ron Barron predicted that Tesla's stock would increase fivefold in the near future. It is a well-known and regrettable reality that the COVID-19 outbreak caused the 2020 economy to collapse. Indeed, 2020 might have been far worse, with a 40 to 50% decline in shares. Barron stated that he would like to purchase more Tesla stock, even at that point. Once more, this occurred during a period of global hardship brought on by barred borders, a lack of supplies, and effectively being confined to one's home with no way out. However, Barron thought that Elon Musk's SpaceX and Tesla businesses had a lot of room to grow. He thinks Tesla has 10 times more potential. In the next 10 years, SpaceX will expand by a factor of 20, he added. He had earlier projected that Tesla would expand similarly. Ronald Stephen Barron, also known as just Ron Barron, is an investor and mutual fund manager from the United States. He is the creator of Barron Capital, an asset management company that offers investment options for growth equity. Barron Growth, the $10 billion flagship fund of the buy and hold investor with an annual turnover of less than 3%. In addition, Barron owns one of the largest homes in the Hamptons, which he built for a total of $152 million between 2001 and 2009. Now, it's worth a lot more. Ron Barron now has a $4.2 billion net worth. Within his flagship $8.7 billion Barron Partners Fund, Barron's two largest interests are SpaceX, with over 5% of the portfolio, and Tesla, which makes over 44%. According to the renowned investor, the economy of today is supported by a robust technological foundation that has been established over the last few decades, indicating considerable upside potential over an extended period of time. Barron cited well-known brands like Tesla as illustrations of the kinds of businesses that might spearhead the upcoming technological revolution. As Ron Barron predicted in 2016, Tesla Inc. rose to become one of the world's most valuable firms. This is presumably the reason Barron is unwavering in his support of Tesla stock, despite potential negative effects on stock prices from economic concerns. Just as he did in 2020, Barron viewed the recent sharp swings in stock prices as an opportunity. I believe we will make 3, 4, or 5 times our money on Tesla going forward. Barron stated in a recent appearance on CNBC's Squawk Box, echoing his 2020 claim that Tesla would yield 10 times higher returns. Additionally, Barron previously disclosed to CNBC that his company's stake in Tesla stock has increased 20-fold to $6.2 billion since it was purchased for $380 million. Although the stake is highly concentrated, nearly 13% of Barron Capital's assets under management, Ron isn't concerned about its size and believes there is still more to come. According to Barron, he put $380 million into Tesla between 2014 and 2016 at an average price of about $40 per share. As a result, he has received a return on his investment of roughly 20 times, or $6 billion to date. To diversify the portfolio, Barron has sold almost $1 billion worth of stock in the two mutual funds that own it. Currently, 2.8% of the assets managed by the fund are Tesla. Barron believes that in 10 years, when Tesla opens gigafactories in Texas and Berlin-Brandenburg, the automaker will produce 5 million cars annually, effectively making it a larger company than Volkswagen and Toyota combined. I think for Tesla, this is the very beginning of what they're doing, Barron says. In 3 years, he predicted Tesla, which declared that it had delivered 310,000 cars during the quarter, should be able to produce 1 million cars every quarter. The billionaire investor predicted that by 2030, the manufacturer of electric cars might generate trillions of dollars in income. In a 2018 interview with CNBC, considering that Tesla recorded $934 billion in total sales in its 2022 financial report for the second quarter, this might not be too far from the truth. It is difficult to predict whether Tesla will truly generate $1 trillion in revenue by the end of the decade due to the myriad of factors that could impact the EV company's stock. I believe the automotive and battery industries may be worth $500 billion combined. That seems like a better option than a 50/50 shot, according to the billionaire buy and hold investor. The fact that it could be a $60 billion company in 3 years, I give that maybe 80% chance, he stated. Similar to Barron, celebrity investor Cathie Wood formed the American investment management company ARK Invest, which also thinks Tesla will be able to produce between 5 and 10 million cars by 2025. YouTuber Dave Lee is a bullish Tesla stock trader who consistently states that he is in this business for the long term. He continued by saying that, in his opinion, Tesla will have phenomenal growth by 2030. In addition to Dave Lee, Gary Black, the Future Fund LLC's managing partner and co-founder, also offered some predictions on Tesla's future. Gary has held senior management roles at some of the most reputable international investment management companies for almost 30 years. He claims that given that Tesla is currently valued at $1.09 trillion based on earnings per share of $100, its market capitalization ought to be $4 trillion. He sets a price target of $3,000 based on a 30 price to earnings ratio. He went on to say that Tesla's market valuation would hit $4 trillion if 1.4 billion shares remained outstanding. According to Black, the percentage of electric cars in the automotive industry will reach 60% by 2030, with Tesla expected to hold a 20% market share. Given that global light vehicle sales have reached 85 million units, he predicts that Tesla will be able to deliver about 10 million vehicles annually by the end of the decade. In the near future, what are your opinions on Tesla stock? Tell us in the space provided for comments below. Billionaire investor Ron Barron anticipates that the price of Tesla shares will continue to soar for the next 10 years. His firm has already profited $6 billion from its initial investment in the company. Barron forecast in 2016 that Tesla Inc. would rank among the world's most valuable corporations, a prediction that came true. This is presumably the reason Barron is unwavering in his support of Tesla stock, despite potential negative effects on stock prices from economic concerns. Dennis Gartman, editor and publisher of the Gartman Letter, has advised investors to be extremely impatient with losing trades and extremely patient with winning trades. Recall that. If we trade or invest and are correct only 30% of the time, it is still feasible to achieve significant gains as long as our losses are minimal when it comes to choosing when and where to invest. Warren Buffett's recommendation to conduct research is actually very sound. As one of the richest persons on the planet, and a financial advisor to many presidents and other world leaders, Warren Buffett is often regarded as the most successful investor in history. He said, "It's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price." He states that a corporation can be assessed in two ways: first, based on its quality, and second, on its cost. One of the wealthiest men on the planet believes that investors should always be looking forward. Investing will involve looking beyond the present. Instead, they make investments now for future outcomes by analyzing the momentum of a business or business as a whole and how it interacts with its rivals. They always consider the future. I told you a long time ago that I thought we'd make 20 times our money in Tesla, remarked Ron Barron. We have made 4 times thus far. For the next 5 years, I believe we will produce twice or 3 times as much as we did the previous 5. Before I even have to consider this, I believe Tesla still has 10 times more to go. If our prediction comes true, remember to click the like and subscribe buttons for more content about Tesla stocks.